of course, International Women's Day is today, and we are so glad you are with us. It's a very special day, and we, of course, send our wishes from the Schwab Network. But as we continue to focus on this, we bring in another incredible woman, and that is Mindy McIntosh, founder and CEO of McIntosh and Associates. Thank you so much for being with us. I know you're focusing about empowering women, financial literacy. Obviously, Women's Day, International Women's Day, is a great day to do it, but every day for all investors, for that matter. But why today, right? Good day.
It is a great day. I just think it's unparalleled strength that we can kind of push forward with women in industry. And when we really take a good look, there's been so many years of this gender inequality, and we take a look at women kind of shaping some of the upcoming nations and being able to be, CEOs, entrepreneurs, especially in this, healthcare, retirement, and financial realm, where in the past, we're so used to seeing the gentlemen wearing their suits, and that was what we saw. And now we see so many women financially literate and really leading the way and having confidence and just kind of really breaking barriers. And I really think, honestly, they're even hitting other segments of the population that maybe was shy or holding back from what they were fearful to kind of trudge for. So they've kind of pounded the pavement, led the way. We celebrate that today, welcoming other women into industry, and even making some solid found financial choices like we see in our industry.
Yeah, and look, there are no dumb questions. It's always good to ask the questions and have a strategy. Tell me a little bit about some of the retirement strategies that you advise for women in particular.
Well, I think it's so important for them to actually realize. So, if they're married and we're helping folks here look at, investment or retirement strategies, we need to make sure that they're on the same page. So we'll do a same page exercise with them and their spouse. And even if they're individual now or independent, single or widowed, we need to make sure, did they actually walk through and realize everything initially? What was happening from a day-to-day budgeting? How did they actually look at where they were working? Because let's face it, women more times than men actually haven't worked in the workforce as long as their male counterpart. We have timelines where we're taking care of children, all the way to the time when we're taking care of aging parents. So that nurturing capacity does change the way that we look at maybe their income journey in retirement. So more than ever, it's so important that they're saving tax efficiently, and their strategies when they're contributing during their working years, and really just being on the same page of knowing where are items at. Have we done some long-term planning? And what about our estate and taxes that we hear so much about, to making sure that our affairs are in order and that we can help them to pick themselves and feeling confident in those strategies. And it's just one thing here that we make sure that we look in 5 different key areas of their focus plan to make sure that nothing is missed as we're walking through that journey with them together, to give them exactly the confidence that they need to make that next step and to be very successful as they gauge into their retirement timeline.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly sounds like, and you said you get into each area, and it's my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but more women are living their older years than men, and the women end up trying to sort of navigate, whether they've been divorced or they've had a husband and they're a widow, that more women are actually living longer and having to deal with this. The second thing is retirement sometimes costs more than people think, right? How do you navigate that?
So a lot of things that we navigate, because longevity is, a big thing that we're hearing folks talk about each day as they're looking at, will I have enough money? Am I going to live, comfortably inside of retirement? And you're right. When we look at things like inflation and taxes, different market trends, they are living longer than their male counterpart. So we have to make sure that we're instilling things for long-term care coverage, how we're looking at their estate, and how much funds are left over. Because so many more folks we've seen women working now in industry at an earlier age, and really keeping up with their male counterpart for earnings and advancement and placement from their career standpoint. So they're retiring earlier than what we've seen in the past. So if they need to live sometimes more years in retirement than they actually did working, and they have longevity, we have to reduce some market risk, look at longevity trends, create a solid income plan in their retirement to make sure they're achieving their goals, and then backing that up with Are they looking to still do consulting work? Are they traveling some? Because the last thing that we want is a surprise in their retirement timeline. So we have to look at taxes. It's imperative, and make sure that we're looking at their tax plan and an income solid foundation in those retirement timeline years. So diversification is so key.
Mindy, thank you so much. Mindy McIntosh, founder and CEO of McIntosh Associates. Thank you.